I'm not sure if we're here or not. I guess we are. We are. Oh, good. Okay. So welcome. This is our lab number 8 for the manifestation course. And this evening we're going to be focusing on really one of the most basic areas of all, which is reframing. Um, it's a very, actually, if you look at the idea of reframing is perceiving something in a different way. I have a definition here. It says to reframe something is to change its meaning by putting it in a different setting, context, or frame. So it's it's kind of a way of saying that we have choices in how we perceive things, and reframing is making a different choice, which also may come as a result of a healing process, of course, because if there's stuck energy, we may not be able to make the choice that is the most appropriate for us, which from our perspective is the soul, something that resonates with your soul.
Mhm.
Makes perfect sense. So we're always, when we look at reframing, not always, but generally we're looking at reframing with the soul's energy. uh, I remember one time I was in a class, it was in a hypnosis kind of a conference, and they were showing us and teaching reframing, and so I was reframing because it was after lunch and I was feeling kind of groggy and tired. So I reframed that tiredness with the energy of feeling alive, lively and vibrant, and and it changed everything with a little process that they took us through. So it is a very powerful concept.
Mhm.
And when you look at it, any kind of a healing process is a reframing process, right? The
Sure.
idea of healing is to shift something so that, well, obviously you're perceiving it differently and your reality of it is different. So the concept applies in a lot of places. Um, the process that we're teaching here, which Philip did with you last time, uh, having something that is not where you want it to be, and it can be on any level, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, that you want to look at differently, going up to a higher place where you connect with that soul's wisdom and bring that down into that situation. The thing I like about that is you can be talking with a person, and in the last class I talked about how I like to do blind bland inductions. Blind inductions, meaning that you're just talking and it kind of naturally flows into it. And this process, I think, is an actual example of that, where you can just be talking with a client and they're talking about something and maybe you measure it, and then you say, well, would you like to look at it from a different perspective? And then you go into that process, just relaxing them and having them imagine. I think in the script that we have for it, very short little introductory script, it talks about, it says you might find yourself going up to a billowy cloud, a mountaintop, or a star, whatever's right for you. And that's a really wonderful way to present that kind of an opportunity to a person also, because they will find the right thing. We did that. I think we did that with the perfect place. The perfect place, it could be this or that or the other thing, and it could be something completely different. It introduces that idea they're going to go to the right place for them. Um, and then once you're there, the process of rising, just to suggest rising, tends in probably almost any case to elevate a person's state, right? Like going up to the mountaintop, it's just natural. By the time you get there, you're in a more elevated state because you're imagining rising. So it's kind of an archetypal thing. And then, of course, viewing out from there on this expansive, whatever it is, from the star or wherever you are, that's another way to reinforce that. Looking out from the mountaintop, you could say, at the a magnificent 360-degree view where you can see in all directions for miles and miles and miles everywhere around you. And it just, I think it also just saying miles and miles and miles kind of takes you into it itself. But doing those two things, rising up and looking over an expansive view, generally will take a person into a pretty soulful state. And then you can just, connect with that love in their hearts and ask from that perspective, how do they perceive that same situation? And in almost any case, it's different. So it's actually a healing process in this case. And then the way that I do it then is once they have, and we've talked about whatever qualities we want to talk about of that, with that perception and being in that place, just bringing it fully into their awareness. Then what I like to do is suggest considering a color that might be representative of that. So because if you're looking at imagery, of course, an image is a hologram. So a color, then you have them surround themselves with that color and send it down like a beam of light over the situation as it was before, and that reframes it. And then you go back down and you're in the new you. That's essentially what the process is. And like I said, I like it because you can be talking with a person about something and then take them into that state, that shifted, that elevated state, and it all just happens very naturally. And of course, as you're going, you want to be keeping in touch with them and asking what they're noticing about what's happening. And you can get feedback from that. But that's basically what we're talking about. So any questions about that? Comments? Who did the demonstration on Tuesday with Philip?
I know.
You did? How was that for you? Oh, Ida. You said Ida?
I know.
I know. I know. I thought you said I did, and then I thought maybe that wasn't quite it.
Philip did it on
Oh,
Ina.
yeah. How did that go?
She did amazing. It was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just a wonderful process. So again, I think that it's interesting to look at what reframing is, and part of the reason actually for separating it out in this course is to really highlight it. And of course, the process is a valuable one. You could call it hypnosis. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it NLP because reframing and anchoring are both terms that are drawn from NLP. And this is kind of a variation on the reframing and anchoring process that just is conducted with consciousness.
Right.
And works amazingly well. So I wanted to also point out about the process in the thing that I was setting up in the manual. Uh-oh. This is another update. I don't like it when they do updates because things happen. So the process is essentially described in section 11 on pages 5 and 6. And what I've done on my own notes is numbered it as a process. And I thought for those of you who might have your manual there, a written copy, I'm just going to show you what it is that what I did, because you might want to do it. It makes it into an outline.
That would be amazing. Thank you.
Let's see. I think this is the right one. Yeah. So you should be seeing this page where my cursor is. Yeah. And so this is section 11, page 5, which is the beginning of the description of the process. And to make it clearer, I put a number 1 there. The first thing you do is focus on the current pattern, whatever it is. And it goes through all of the things that you do there. And then down here, I add a number 2, then you get a different perspective. That's when you ask them if they want to go up to a higher place. And there's a nice little mini script there for it. Then I did have this note there, which I think I mentioned to you. I mentioned it to you once before. When you're doing a process like this and you get to that place, if something happens and you get stuck, and I mentioned it in the perfect place process, you can always ask if there's a resource there. And generally, you don't even have to suggest what it might be. It just kind of shows up. I mean, it can be like a teddy bear comes around, or an angel, or it could be God. It could be anything. But if you ask them if there's a resource there, if things don't seem to be moving, it's amazingly effective. It's just something to keep in mind with any process. If you're taking them into a relaxed place and you're not quite sure what's happening, ask them if there's a resource. And of course, anywhere in that process, also if you want, and it seems necessary and appropriate, you can add EFT or reframing and anchoring to it. And this is true in any kind of when a person is in a hypnotic state or relaxed state. Anytime you feel, well, maybe would you like to do some EFT? And I try to, again, just make it seem very natural, because people will start to, the rational mind comes in and it says to itself, well, can I do that and be here at the same time? And I just kind of go with it. I mean, to me, you can be there, you can be here. And I try to be very relaxed about the whole thing. It seems to be just fine. So then down here, once the client has clearly defined and experienced the new image, so doing it just by asking them about it, or if you need to do some kind of clearing, then that's where you can beam the new color down over the old image. So that's number 3, transform the old image or pattern. And then there's then it goes to page 4. You can also say, I have a note here, give them a way to return to it. You can also say you can surround yourself at any time with this color or these colors and the feelings and this beautiful place to return to the same state that you're in now. And one of the things I think, and this is a form of anchoring, if you anchor a color and say it's a color that it makes them feel peaceful and calm, they could tentatively use it any time when they're out and about and they feel anxious or something, want to feel peaceful and calm. They could surround themselves with the color. And it tends to work best if you're wanting to do that with a person, for them to practice it sometime shortly after you finish the process, like for the next day or two. Just try to bring up the color and the state again. And there have been times when I've had some anchors like that I've used regularly for years. Just like if I would be in meetings or something and feel anxious, then I would just I had this kind of funny image that I would bring up and color, and it would just clear it up right away for me. So these are very empowering things that you can do, and they're not that hard to do for people. The main thing, I think, is to encourage them to be aware of it and maybe even write down what this anchor is that they want to remember if they express an interest in doing that. Mm-hmm. So any questions about that for the process?
Would you do the 4 R's with this also, or not?
The
Good.
4 R's are something some people do them. I usually don't do them, frankly.
Okay.
I bring people back down. What I like to do is to tell them to experience themselves firmly back in
Yeah.
the place where they are now with their feet on the floor, grounded to the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Or if their feet are not down, if they're lying down, for instance, just imagining your feet connected to the earth, feeling just fully grounded. And you
Mm-hmm.
might say a few things like alert and awake and feeling great.
Okay.
And then what the last thing I generally say is, and breathing in more active energy now to
Yes.
return to your normal waking state. And I'm sure you've heard me do that
Yeah.
a lot.
That's
Um,
good.
I think I like doing that just to remind them now you're coming back to a different state, to a
Mm-hmm.
different place. And then I say, and taking your time, just open your eyes when you're ready. And be
Yeah.
so they don't feel like, okay, now open your eyes. But they don't have to do that. They can take their time. Did Philip do future pacing?
A little bit. Yes.
And that's a wonderful way to end a process too, if you have time. And that is, well, say um, there was a lot of anxiety or something, and the person ended up with a beautiful golden and pink kind of a color kind of intermingling. They could feel that all around themselves. And then you can say something like, and now just imagine sending that beautiful pink and golden light out in front of you into the future as
Mm.
far as you can. Just feel it so that anytime in the future you'll know it's there. And then you can have them even imagine going a week ahead and knowing you're surrounded with this beautiful pink and golden light. How does that feel? So you could even have them imagine you're in this a similar situation to what you were in before, and you're surrounded with this pink and golden light. How does that feel?
Yeah.
So that future pacing is just a really nice way to also integrate it more and bring it into people's current reality. You can even fill the past with it if you feel like it. Just send it all around you,
Mhm.
everywhere, past, future.
That's yeah.
So that's the next part of it, the reframing, the future pacing. Really wonderful. Any question about that? Future pacing? Okay. Okay, so the next thing then is a demonstration. Does anyone want to be the demonstration person? The volunteer?
Jane, I'm going to log off and then log back in because I can't hear you very well.
Oh, can everybody else hear me? Am I okay?
It's
Yeah.
probably me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
So I'll
Thanks
be right
for letting
back.
us know. Okay.
Mm.
Well, if
Okay.
nobody wants to go, I'll go.
Okay. Okay, so did you have something in mind?
Yeah, it is something small, so well, yeah, I always say that, but it ends up that. So just feeling some anxiety over money specifically. I got a really good tax return, which you'd think, what, how is that anxiety? But um it's already gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to, I threw it all on bills and stuff. So then I'm back to anxiety about money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because my husband and I, our favorite thing to do is spend money. It's great when you have a relationship where one is the spender and one is the thrifter. Well, we're both just
The
spenders.
spenders.
Yep, we
Mhm.
love shopping and spending money, and I get anxiety over it. And when it comes to anything to do with money, you know, it's we kind of have this back and forth thing, right? So if he spends a big load of money and I have to, or if I spend a big load of money, well, then he has to. So
Oh.
I get anxious. So how do I get rid of that anxiety?
Okay, so when you focus on the anxiety, how strong is that on a scale of 1 to 10?
8 out of 10.
Okay. And where do you notice it in your body?
My jaw
Mm-hmm.
and my neck, my
Mm-hmm.
shoulders.
Mm-hmm. What do you feel there?
Tightness,
Mm-hmm.
tension. I
Mm-hmm.
grind my teeth.
Oh, mm-hmm. And how strong is that?
Oh yeah, well, probably a 9 out of 10 for the grinding of teeth and the jaw and the neck, shoulder tension. It's all like at least a 9 out of 10.
Okay. Okay, so I know in the instructions it goes through a lot of the modalities for it. I'm not sure that that's what I do. Well, in fact, I don't really do that much. I do probably what we have done here. So I think that's what I'm going to do for now. And you can experiment with it. One thing we could ask, which might be interesting since we're going to go to color later, what color is that for you what color does that remind you of?
Black.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. And that's interesting information too. Anything else you noticed that you'd want to mention?
If I get too anxious, I tend to avoid. Like I'll just if we're having a back and forth over money and we're both spending money, so like why is one person telling the other about where did all this money go, and we're both spending the money, and if I get too upset, I'll just go hide somewhere or say, well, I gotta go do this, and I'll run away.
Mm-hmm. So you
So I
retreat.
want to be able to face it. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
want to be able to stand there and not be upset and
Mm-hmm.
take a deep breath and say, let him vent, and then you know be therapeutic or be, I don't know, in the moment instead of in my head. In
Mm-hmm.
my head.
Mm-hmm. So I would
Defensive.
assume when you say you want to be able to face it, would you say face it calmly?
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Calmly facing it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
With
Sounds
a higher
reasonable.
perspective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, would you like to go to a higher place then where you could get a different perspective?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So the way to start then is close your eyes for a moment if you're comfortable doing that. Just imagining the light of the universe all around you and above you, just breathing in the perfect light for you now and feeling that all through your body as you inhale. And then as you exhale, letting go of anything that feels heavy. So you can feel lighter with every breath. And asking any energy that isn't your own to leave your space. We all pick up energy from other people, other places, other times. Just ask it to go back where it came from with love to create more space for yourself. How does that feel?
That feels much more spacious.
Good. That's good. And another thing is just to invite any energy of your own that you've left in other places, which we tend to do similarly, we leave energy in other times with other people, other places. So you can just ask for all of that energy to come back to you and sense yourself in your body in the moment. Just breathing. And then you can breathe in lighter energy, just so light, feeling that light within you and allowing yourself to begin to drift upward and going to actually the perfect place for it. It might be a cloud or could be a star or glorious mystical mountaintop. The perfect place where you can come to a higher truth in this situation. And let me know when you get there where you are.
Yes, I'm there now.
Okay, where are you?
Well, I went to a crystal cave, but then I didn't feel like that was high enough. So I'm back on the cloud where Jesus is sitting, but also Mary Magdalene is there now.
Mm-hmm. Both of them?
And they're
Mm-hmm.
both um giving me relationship advice. Telling me that that yes, relationships are, you know, give and take together, finding the middle ground, but also their own sovereignty. So looking at myself down there from up here, I will be able to see that I'm not the only one who's feeling anxiety. He is too. And we both build on each other's anxiety and we both build that anxiety together. But if I can break that cycle and see it from a higher perspective, it might take him some time, but then he will have to reach for my higher vibration if he wants to continue to connect with me. So I feel like they're telling me that I need to see through the eyes. I need to see my relationship through the eyes of love, but from my heart and from my lower Dantian center. Control, but my own sovereignty, but love and patience. I need patience because I tend to be impatient, but I can let that go. I can see that actually from here. I see how I get exasperated. And if I would just breathe through it, and I'm seeing my favorite two colors, which are the pink and gold that you mentioned earlier. I see those colors a lot. Those are my favorite colors in the spirit world for some reason. The pink and the pink is like a beautiful rose pink, soft pink, and the gold is like always sparkling stars around it. And if I can breathe in that energy and allow myself to remove myself from that actual situation instead of running away physically, if I can remove myself like spiritually, even like just higher, get into that higher state, I will see the actual truth of what is going on and how we are interacting.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't about the money.
Well,
We
from the
don't,
place you're in now, it says you can see the higher truth. Can you see that
yeah.
now?
Yes, I can see that the higher truth is fear. And it's the fear, it's not the money, it's just the fear of the loss or the fear of lack, which
Mhm.
is, there is no lack. There just isn't. It's just abundance all around us. When family and friends come over to visit, we always say this is the house of abundance because it really is.
Mhm.
So it's just an illusion. It's an illusion of lack, and it's a
Mhm.
fear that we need to release.
Mhm. So where you are
It's
now then,
interesting.
surrounded with that pink and sparkling gold, how does that feel in relation to being able to transcend that illusion of lack?
Well, I can see clearly what really is going on, and if I bring this beautiful light and energy and color down with me, then whenever I start to feel that anxiety, I can breathe in that light and those colors and that love and that perspective, and I won't have to run away because I will see the truth and I will be calm in the
Mhm.
storm.
Mhm. Would
That's
you
what
like
I'm
to do
getting.
that now?
Yes,
Mhm.
please.
Mhm. So again, just making sure you're taking full advantage of it, imagining that beautiful pink, that pale, most gorgeous pink color, and the sparkling gold light all through your body, every cell. And especially those areas where you felt tension and anxiety in your body, in your jaw and neck and shoulders, just sending that light in there. How does that feel?
Very calming, very
Hmm.
wonderful.
Of course, you can do that anytime, bringing that light into your body and into any areas that feel tense or in need of light. Because where we're tense, we're in the body, we're missing, we're blocked, right? Energy can't flow. So we're
Yes.
bringing that flow back to the whole body. Just breathing and feeling it all around you. And another part I like to do is just imagine also allowing it to expand out, just allowing your energy, the energy of your true nature, your soul, your essence to expand out. How does that feel doing that?
Wow. Feels amazing.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And before we send that energy back down, um, is there anything else that Jesus and Mary Magdalene want to share, or do you want to share anything with them?
I want to thank them for being with me today and for consistently showing up for me and for being patient with me.
Mm-hmm. So does
Thank
that
you.
feel complete now?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Okay, so with that, then focusing on that energy all around you, beautiful stream of imagining, a magical, magical, beautiful, however, the most luminous, wonderful stream of light, sending it back down over that situation where you and your husband are together. And let me know what you notice now.
So I'm noticing that that pink and gold energy is radiating from me and embracing him as well. I see it all around us.
Mm-hmm.
That pink and gold energy is all around us, and then I can see that it's just fear. It's just a different form of suffering. It is not reality, it's illusion.
Mm-hmm.
We are abundant. We have so much. We have an abundance of love, of everything that we need.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like if I can hold space for him, he will come around and see that it's just illusion as well. If I hold the
Mhm.
space and I wrap him with that beautiful golden pink light and color, he will
Mhm.
he will be where I am.
Mhm. Wonderful. So does that feel complete now, the process? Is there
That sure
anything
does.
else?
Yes, it
Wonderful.
does. I,
Just out of
I think we're
curiosity, I'm
good.
wondering what happened to the black energy, the black, the blackness.
It's gone. It's
Mm,
just pink and
wonderful.
gold. That's all there is
Wonderful.
now.
Yeah. Well, and would you like to future pace it? Send it out into your
Oh,
future?
I'd love to.
Okay, just
Yes,
imagine that
please.
then sending it out in front. I always imagine the future in front of you and the past behind you. You can send it to your past too if you want. Just sending it all around, most beautiful energy. It feels, I'm kind of feeling like Cinderella or something. It's magic everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And notice then in the future, whenever maybe you're feeling any anxiety about anything, and you focus on that beautiful pink and golden light, what might happen.
Yes. Sending it out
Mm-hmm.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And knowing you can just elicit at any time. That that's part of your spiritual power, is being able to bring that in to replace what you know is an illusion.
Wow, that's just beautiful.
Anything particular you want to mention?
Just seeing a light beside me, bright white light, a beam. Somebody's beside me, some bright white light, an angel of some kind is beside me. I don't know who it is, but it feels just very supportive.
Wonderful. Well, you
Mm,
can allow any knowledge of information that you need about that to come to you in the perfect time.
yeah, this angel's been around for quite a while, supporting me in my growth,
Mm-hmm.
my awakening.
Wonderful. So does that feel complete?
It certainly does.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So then you can start breathing in more active energy and focusing on yourself, where you are now, where you're resting, where your body is, with your feet firmly connected to the earth. And just also feeling the love of Mother Nature, of divine Mother Earth, and breathing in more active energy, returning to your normal waking state. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Wow.
Wonderful. Yeah, that was beautiful. And one thing I would say about that kind of return state, or how you can frame it any way you want, whatever feels comfortable to you. And if you are doing something that's more called hypnosis, you might want to use the counting back up and the 4 R's. Just I think whatever feels comfortable and what seems to work for you. And that's completely individual. So any other comments, Pamela?
I'm just glowing now.
Wonderful. Okay, anybody else? Comments, questions?
I'm having a thunderstorm, so I got shut out of most of that.
Oh,
That,
yeah, I noticed you disappeared.
yeah, yeah, power just went out and everything went out, so I'm on my
Wow.
phone. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like your picture's frozen now.
It
Oh,
is.
Well, you're
I'm on the
moving.
phone. I don't know.
Well, it's probably not the best connection.
Prob-
So, with that, then what would you like to do now? I mean, one thing we could do is stay in this group and one of you could practice on another. And Pamela can observe. I mean, we have 4 of you. I don't know if Terry, are you there, Terry?
She's muted though, so.
Oh, yeah. You're muted. I don't know if Terry is even in a position to practice, or we could divide into 2 groups of 2, but Pamela just finished one. The thing that seems most reasonable to me is just to stay together, and maybe Oriel, you and Marcia could do something, or I can't see you, Terry. I mean, you're not in the picture if you're not aware of that. There you are. And you're
Mhm.
muted.
Yes, I can
There you are.
participate. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So what would you ladies like to do? We can divide into 2 groups of 2 or stay together and you can just
I feel-
decide.
I feel like we should stay together because, Marcia's kind of in and out and I'm not sure about
Yeah,
Terry. So it feels like if we break up into 2 groups, there may not be
yeah,
going,
there might not.
nothing will be going on for at least 1 group.
Right, yeah. So
don't know
then would you
that
like
feels
to
right.
be the practitioner, Oriel, for starting? We might be able to do a couple of them depending.
Sure, I'll give it a try.
And then who wants to volunteer?
I'm making my way back. My power's back. So give me a
Oh,
sec.
Terry's volunteering, I think.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and you can
Yeah.
observe for now.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm discombobulated.
Okay.
Have a lot going on in the
Okay.
moment.
All right. All right.
Well, are you okay as a volunteer?
Hmm.
I am, because I think the grounding will help.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Terry. Is there something in particular at this moment that you'd like to take a higher perspective look at it from a different perspective? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just, that's my connection kinesthetically when I got a yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had been doing some work around recognizing the places I had been unwilling to sit with before or to feel. So that I'm aware that that's created blockages in me. And so I'm recognizing that that is something I don't want to run away from anymore. And and yet it's a lifetime pattern. So not that I'm trying to put anything big on you. I'm just saying this is a
Okay.
pattern I want to look at.
Sure, I understand.
Okay.
And is there something within that perhaps you want to be a little bit more specific that is arising right now that you'd like to sit with and feel it?
Yeah. And that's created the impression of not wanting to feel. So that's a huge blockage. But it was around crying. So no, that was not allowed. It was physically not allowed, and it was physically beaten into us as well. So of course there lots of conditioning is my point around it. And so whenever those feelings start to come up, then it triggers, I want to run away. I want to do something, avoidance. Yeah, which our classmate was talking about. So I know that one.
Right.
And I I have a more open heart now, and yet I have not been able to sit with the memories that are sad. So they're still held in the system, and there's no compassion or tenderness for that. So it shows up as not being self-compassionate. Does that make sense?
It does. I understand. And does it feel like it's is it something that's felt like it's really hard to release too, like to express?
Yes, no releasing. No going there. Yeah. So, and I really feel like if I was able to do that finally, there would be a softening and a crumbling. But that it would be movement.
And I would imagine that would feel so relieving and so validating, perhaps, for you. Okay. Well, would you like to go up to a higher place and see another perspective on
Can I
maybe an
interject?
answer for that? Sure,
Sure.
please. Please.
I think I always look for something specific rather than, because you've got a huge thing here.
Too big?
Mhm.
Okay.
Right. And you want it, and it might even be the thing that came to me, and it can be whatever you want, Terry, but
Okay.
just maybe being kind to that child, being kind to yourself, maybe just wading in just look at one thing that feels to you like it might be a good way to you mentioned that you want to open to being more compassionate and having that movement to something that you could move through easily. And I don't look at this as necessarily to say that
Not
it's
easy.
easy,
Yeah.
but something, just something, a place to start. Like, what do you sense as a good place to start?
Well, I have an image that's seared into my being. And it's probably one of the only times I cried. So maybe it's and only you having so much more experience here. Maybe I could witness that incident from above and maybe give that child permission to have
Well,
her
we're going
feelings.
into kind of a different process.
Okay. All right.
And
So
I
that's
think
not
that in
appropriate.
terms of,
Okay.
yeah, just
Is there
for
is there-
demonstrating and having some success.
Okay.
if you feel comfortable, Terry, and let us know. Is there something like just of recent, like an example that maybe that triggered that not being able to cry, like to be specific with that, if you feel comfortable sharing and are ready to share that, because that would be really helpful, I think. Jane, would that be helpful?
It might be, if that feels doable to her, something where
Mhm.
maybe you felt like you wanted to shut off the emotion.
I felt the nearness of the child,
Mm-hmm.
and her sadness. And I couldn't sit with it.
Okay.
I turned away. So then it's also easy for me to be sad that I couldn't, that I couldn't offer it to a child. I was a teacher. I worked with children.
Are you
I
talking
would
about
never-
your own inner child or a child?
My own inner child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that seems like a good place to start, actually.
Yes, it does.
Just the
Okay.
sadness about not being able to, just kind of wading into it. If that's what's
Okay.
the first the first thing that's in the way and just see where that
Okay.
goes.
Okay, so
I don't want to leave a little one suffering.
yes.
Mhm.
So imagine yourself, take a few deep cleansing breaths with all of that. Just releasing anything that's not yours. Letting go, breathing, taking some nice big breaths in as well, feeling that light coming into your being, feeling a ball of light surrounding you. Holding that space for you, and see yourself rising up somewhere high. Could be a cloud, it could be a mountaintop or star. And anything that's left you today, fragments of you, let's call them all back in, bringing you into wholeness, all of you.
Well, you've already tried to send me upwards without releasing or calling things back. So I think I
Well,
would be,
I mean, can that be done when she's already up there releasing and letting go, or does that have to be before?
Well, I think what I would have done is I would have measured like the sadness about leaving the child suffering. How strong is that on a scale of 1 to 10 when you focus on it?
my head's not, it's a 10.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing is now it's, the insight I'm having is it's allowing me to feel sad. That's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Mm-hmm.
which normally I wouldn't feel.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's already softening my heart.
Mm-hmm.
If I could do it without, recrimination, self-judgment
Mm-hmm.
about getting busy and saying, no, I can't. So I'm going back to your directions of,
Yeah. So,
releasing things
mhm.
or calling back. At a profound image, like a day or so ago, my mom was running after me and she was yelling at me to remember to come home. My mom was an abuser. So
Mm-hmm.
it was very interesting that when you said energy, I went, oh, and she's passed. So she's probably trying to reach out from the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So just
I'm in that light,
Okay. All
that
right.
golden light.
Okay. And have you found a place up high? Are you in that space? Take your time. Let me know when you're there.
Okay.
Are you there, Terry?
I stopped. It was a higher perspective, but it was a different memory. And so I didn't want to muddy the water. So I'm taking note of that.
was
And
that,
then
you mean a higher place came to mind?
it was a higher place, but it was in the rafters of a house. So it wasn't complete. It was a higher perspective, but it was not
Not as high as
free
you want. Yeah.
perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
And sitting there being there in that space, allowing your higher self, seeing if there's any messages that are coming from a higher perspective.
In,
Well,
in
we
that,
haven't got, I don't think we've gotten her to the place she wants to go yet.
Oh, okay.
no, but in that rafter
Mm-hmm.
state, looking down at a child and something else that was happening. I was taking note of that was another memory. These are things that want to be honored now
Mm-hmm.
um, because it's the little girl. So I'm taking note of that and will now go higher
Okay.
Wonderful.
and even thank that part of me for stopping and showing me
Mhm.
another moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that was with my father.
Mhm.
So let's
Yeah,
go
just
up.
breathing in light energy.
Yeah.
Going to just the perfect place for you to get a higher perspective where you can see things differently.
It's celestial. It's like space with beautiful stars.
Mhm.
So a much more elevated space.
Mm-hmm.
And how does that feel?
Feels like I'm broken free. No. You know, when you're not bound to the earth.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And are there any colors coming to you while you're in the space?
It's a deep, deep blue. Like lapis lazuli, it very dark, dark blue. Indigo blue. And quietude there.
Feeling quietude?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. How does that feel?
Comforting.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other, is there anything else in that space with you that you're sensing?
No, just stillness and peace.
Okay. All right. And as you're in that space, taking your time, feeling into it, seeing if that higher perspective, higher self, any messages are coming to you.
Well, my mind wants to say, did I go too high? Because
Mhm.
it's completely non-relevant to anything earthly.
Mhm.
You know, it's definitely a higher vision.
Mhm.
Well, does that feel like it's taking you to the place that you wanted to go to resolve, or is it a place that feels more like another escape?
Mm.
Right. That's a good question. Let me ask. I get, no, it's not an escape, so that's good. And when you had asked if there was anything else present, you know, or perhaps I insinuated that. I felt like there could be a being of light, like an angelic presence. Um, The disconnection doesn't feel like avoidance. It feels, like a non-attachment, like, oh, okay. Witnessing, I guess, perhaps what is yet to come. And my head's nodding yes. So it's definitely my soul's perspective of a lifetime of what would come. And, you know, because there was recrimination on my own part, because I'm down here in the muck, it felt like the angelic presence was asking me, there was an inquiry of some kind. Perhaps could I be with the child? That I would be. That would be experiencing those things because I was free of this story. Could I sit with her? In other words, it wasn't me where I am now looking back at my painful past. I'm seeing it from the soul's perspective. Can you sit with that child?
Yeah. Are you able to connect with that child right now?
The answer that my body is giving me is yes, I could.
Okay. All right. Perhaps at your own time, if it's possible, beginning a
Yeah.
dialogue with your inner child, with that child.
And perhaps there had to be enough space between us, between what was and the perspective of what I was coming to do. That that I knew before it came. And that feels tender. That as
What
a
does that
soul,
mean, tender?
I could sit with this child.
What does that mean? It feels tender.
That I'm free from the story of it or the trauma of it or the desire to not feel it. I can go back to be with her feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're experiencing this right here, is there any other colors that are coming through at this point of the connection?
Well, the two predominant colors are gold. The radiant being is gold, and the colors are that deep, deep blue. Perhaps I can bring those colors back with me.
So then what were you saying that you could, if you could sit with the child and that you can be free of the desire not to feel it, which is our goal? So you felt sad at where we started, you felt sad about leaving her her suffering. So where's that sadness now?
There is no sadness.
Wonderful. Good.
that I can sit with her sadness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And perhaps that was what I couldn't bear, was I couldn't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe eventually, I don't know if I'll need to, or if perhaps it's going and letting her. It's the two sides. It's the physical side of my life, and then it's the spiritual side of my life. So perhaps I can be sad for what she's had to go through and hold her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting a yes. And
Mhm.
I couldn't give you a yes before.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to hold her right now? Can you feel that?
I haven't gone down there to do that yet.
Okay.
Well, one option is you could imagine holding her on the spiritual plane from where you are, where you're in that higher place where you can actually to share all that love and all of that understanding that you have there with her. Would you like to do that?
I'm feeling into it, so I'm not ignoring your question.
Okay.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps that would be right, is to bring her up so she can see it too. And there's tears now. So I can finally feel it for her. That's what we came here to walk through.
I didn't understand that's what we came here to walk through. What was I didn't understand what you were saying by that.
It's okay. There's a big truck going by. Sorry. By calling her to this higher perspective with me, I could feel the tenderness and the water's flow. I could feel tears washing
Mm-hmm.
that were not available to me before.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not, it's a strange distinction. I'm feeling tears, but I'm not immersed in the sadness, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to re-feel the injury. I'm just feeling the immensity of it and the tenderness for what we signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you let her know how much you love her?
Absolutely. And how brave she was.
Mm-hmm. And how is that?
It feels sweet,
Mm-hmm.
not traumatizing, but sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a higher perspective.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like what you were experiencing before as a division between you and her. And of course, when we're looking at things like that, what we're looking at is bringing all of these parts back to us, to hold and to love from the highest in us to be able to let them know they're loved. Because I'm sure she didn't feel loved at those times when she wasn't acknowledged. But you're the most important person. You're an adult now, and you can tell her that you can support her, right?
Jane, there's that part in the reading there that talks about being able to share an experience that I had that was similar, that could be possibly helpful. Is that appropriate to do that?
Where's that?
I forgot what he called it. Mhm.
Something that Philip, it wasn't in the process itself, right?
No, but there,
Right.
yeah, he talked about, something about I don't know where it is in one of the reading, but
Yeah.
yeah, do you remember that? Do you remember that?
I do, and that would be lovely after
Yeah,
what,
well, it's just,
however I bring this back with me.
yeah. Can I offer, can we offer suggestions at all? Or do you
Well,
have
why
process?
don't we see where she is in relation to feeling complete for now?
Okay,
And
I feel like I could hold her, but it wouldn't just be my child self, but
Mhm.
all the Earth's children.
Mhm.
so, and if I'm understanding this, and this is something I guess I'm sharing that I've sensed, but it's directly related, is that I've been told at times that I was healing something that was hugely traumatic, not just for me, but for humanity.
Yeah.
Like that your soul took this on,
Yeah,
and I'm having chills now for that.
yep.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yes.
know if that's where you were
Oof.
going to, Oreo.
Yeah.
Just I
It
mean,
felt,
this just build huge chills.
it felt
That
like
and
it
that
was-
is, that is to honor that for you and for her, that what a gift you are to the world, and understand also that you have to honor your feelings too, but you can just understand the beauty of that.
yeah. And I couldn't hold it before. And I knew that it wasn't just her. It
Mhm.
was every child.
Mhm.
That could be any child on the
Mhm.
earth.
Mhm.
So it was big, um, and beautiful. Because then
Mhm.
you could hold it.
Mhm. So I'm curious, your eyes are open again, more or less. Do you feel like that's complete for today?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Mhm.
And it broke through the personal um aspect of pain to a universal suffering,
Right. Yeah.
but the universal compassion as well,
Mhm.
to hold all of Earth's children.
Mhm.
So yes, thank you.
And so, Oriel, whatever you feel like sharing now, I mean, usually
Well,
then
I,
when I'm working with people, just to finish this,
yeah.
I wouldn't, I shared, I guess, sort of in the process, but just to clarify something,
Mhm.
for sharing generally, it's afterwards you can have conversations that then might bring more meaning to it. And
Mhm.
so this would be a really perfect time for that if
Okay.
you wanted to share, if you feel,
Well,
if you feel it in your heart, kind of
Mhm.
like it's the right thing. I always honor that too.
well, I was just getting an image of, you know, well, I was getting the hit that, to remind you that you're not separate from your inner child, that you are one and that you're always together. And I don't know if that's also looking perhaps at the collective too, versus the, separation. We're not separated, we're all one. And I I once was working with my inner child, and it was very powerful that I always thought I had to be the strong one. I don't know if this goes for you, and the child is a child. But at the moment, there was a very big healing because I was on my knees and the child was looking, with my inner child was looking at me, straight on. And we held each other, embraced. I was just imagining, I didn't want to lead you into anything. That's why I wasn't really sure like how to say that, but I was just imagining if that would be helpful to visualize that as you are holding each other, that uh that you don't, it's not, the child is strong, your inner child is very strong, and you are strong, and that you are merging together, to imagine yourselves merging together, that you're not separate anymore,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
I had, because I've been sitting with this, because it was big for the last few days, and I realized that I kept thinking I, as the adult, had to go back and retrieve this child and protect her or bring her forward. And then I realized there was a flip, and I went, what if the child is here to help me?
Yes, yeah, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, that
Yes.
she was reaching out to me as the adult where I am stuck in my stuckness. She's the one that's trying to reach me.
Mhm.
So
And she is you. She
Right.
is you. Yes, that's all I wanted to share. I don't know.
yeah, thank you for that.
Yes, Marcia, did you want to share?
I keep hearing, let the little children come unto me.
Mm,
And the generational, ancestral, they're the ones that carry the innocence and the simplicity and the playfulness. Yeah.
And it was hard for me to find, it all went on for so long and started so young that I couldn't remember a time when there was innocence. So to have that higher perspective was helpful.
Well, it feels like this is you made a big step forward.
Yeah.
And now you've actually created it seems like a connection that you can explore and
Yes.
just be with her. I mean, you
Yeah.
can support each other.
Thank you. And that's part of my soul's purpose. So yeah, it was, it will continue to inform me in how I'm to be in the world for others.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Ariel and Terry.
yeah. And Jane, thank you for helping that with me.
Thank you.
Right. It went obviously beyond kind of the normal, but we're looking, and I think everybody knows we're looking at something that is,
Yeah.
it takes time, and it is what I think that is beautiful about this is that a doorway has opened to another big step, and that to be able to share and feel and know that you're one and support each other.
Thank you. I hope there's still time for someone else to participate briefly.
I don't think there's that much time left. It's 20 after, but it's fine. I think everybody participated and everybody learned and grew from the experience. And it is when we come to those things also where we realize something that is like hugely traumatic. And the one that occurred to me, which is like the most traumatic thing I've ever experienced, is remembering Atlantis, the fall of Atlantis, and my role. And it was just, I still, I can't completely be, have a lack of energy about it, but that was what I was told there too, that I wasn't healing it just for me. That was such a huge thing. And there's a certain comfort in that too, I think. Understanding and respect for your soul for being willing and able to handle something like that, for you. And I'm not trying to draw attention to myself. I just mention it because these are huge things that we take on, our souls take on.
Yeah. And look at how the society is uncovering the depths of abuse of children. Yeah.
Right.
So it's not a small
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, thank you for that. And I can thank her for that too.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
Beautiful. This was a gift. Thank you all.
Good. Well, I think everybody feels enriched by it. And also, I think we feel, I guess it's one of those things doing healing. Sometimes you feel honored to be able to be part of something. And it is also part of that is that your soul felt comfortable enough to go there within our presence, to trust us. I think that's part of why you feel honored, because it's kind of like it's something, and it also probably has to do with soul agreements between us. There's so much here, but it is, that something special has happened. So thank you.
Yeah. And it's a collective healing in a way too.
Yeah. You can't help but feel enriched by it in some ways.
And what a beautiful breakthrough for the astrology of the new moon, which is very, very powerful right now. So
Yeah.
What a beautiful time to have that breakthrough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Friday, the new moon, and it's also Friday is, I don't know if you follow the days of the week and the planets, but Friday is Venus, Lady Venus, and love. So it's a beautiful time for reflection.
Thank you. It is a big time on the earth and in the heaven.
Yeah. In so many ways.
Jane, would it be possible if there's time to pull one card for all of us?
There you go.
You have the time, if we have time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Somehow, I don't know why
I'm
I'm being drawn to this deck.
I feel like it would be a nice, completion.
Oh, I have to.
Thank you, Ariel. Yes, that would be awesome.
Okay, this is completely away from what we usually do, but I have this set of cards. It's called Cosmic Dreamer Oracle cards.
Ooh.
Somehow feels
right.
Well, you were up in the cosmos, Terry. So.
right.
Yep, that's
We
right.
can't. We've gone to another level here, so I'm going to shuffle a little bit and then.
Excuse me.
The card.
Quantum
leap.
Wow.
Quantum leap. Wow.
Oh, and it's the year of
and
the
it's
horse.
up in the stars with the gold and the deep blue and
yeah.
I don't know if you want me to read from the guidebook on it.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
I have to get it out. It's
beautiful.
online here.
And we're in the year of the horse, so
Yeah. Well, the mane and the tail looked like they were on fire. It was red. Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to go cosmic. So quantum leap. There it is, quantum leap. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to also bring this up so you can see what it says. Can you see it now?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll read it. Quantum leap represents a profound and transformative shift that propels you beyond your current limitations and into a new realm of possibilities. It symbolizes a quantum jump in consciousness, perception, and understanding. This card reminds you that you have the potential to transcend boundaries and make significant leaps in your personal growth and spiritual evolution. When the quantum leap card appears, it signifies a moment of breakthrough and accelerated progress. It signals that you are on the brink. Where am I? My eyes are not. You are on the brink of a major transition that will propel you forward on the path. This leap may require courage, trust, and a willingness to let go of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you. This card invites you to embrace change and step into the unknown with confidence and excitement. It encourages you to embrace the opportunities that come your way, even if they seem unconventional or outside of your comfort zone. Trust in your intuition and the guidance of the universe as you take this leap of faith. It invites you to explore new realms of knowledge and seek wisdom from diverse sources. Open yourself to learning and growth, as this leap will bring you closer to your true potential. Allow yourself to dream big and set audacious goals, for the quantum leap invites you to transcend self-imposed limitations and reach for greatness.
Beautiful.
I think it shows
Amen.
there's the
Yes,
there's the
beautiful.
picture.
Wow, look at that. Beautiful.
Mm,
Love it.
So what do
very.
you think, Terry?
I think that was stunning. And you're right about seeing the mane and the tail like fire,
Yep.
like the year of the fire horse.
Mm-hmm.
And finally being able to take a leap
Yeah.
and to let go of those old patterns. I mean, they were very ingrained. So, and what a gift to be in a circle with such beautiful women. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And it is, I think, a lot of people say that that having the relationships that are built in this program is one of the biggest benefits. You know, they can be lifelong friendships.
Well, we certainly share very intimate things with each other, and that takes, a lot of we're feeling safe and trusting each other with all that. So it's beautiful.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
Beautiful. Thank you for an amazing reading and spending time with me. It was up and I didn't know how to move through it.
Mhm.
Well, you're certainly welcome. I think everybody loves you.
And I
Mhm.
just have to say,
Mhm.
just be gentle, because I feel like there'll be more integration for you. So just be
Oh, yeah.
very gentle with
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Everyone.
Okay, so
Mhm.
does that feel complete for everybody?
Mhm.
I don't know that there's much more we need to say. That card, that I'm glad you suggested that. That was a beautiful
It
way
was
to
awesome.
complete it. And my intuition was right. This was a
Yes.
beautiful
Yes.
deck.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll be in touch and see you next Tuesday.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jane.
Oh,
Have a
one
wonderful
thing I
weekend.
forgot is we are the Akashic Records course is coming up, and you'll start to receive notices that there's going to be a free class I think it's not next week, it's the week after that, that anybody can attend
Okay.
just to learn a little more about the Akashic records and if you have any interest in it. So,
Okay.
we'll see you
Yeah,
next
Happy
week.
new moon to everybody.
Yeah, happy new
Yes,
moon.
everyone.
Happy new
Okay.
moon.
And I'll stay if
Bye.
anybody wants to say anything.
Thank you so much.
Okay, good night. Good
Good
night.
Good night.
Good night.